What's up, guys? It's Nofsky with Academia Audio, and today I'm going to show you how I remade a song called Slow by Matoma and Noah Cyrus, Devault Remix. This is how it sounds. So for starters, guys, I do want to start out with the lead because I feel like that's what kind of makes this song so unique. As far as the sound design, it was pretty simple to recreate. I'm just using a basic shapes with 8 voices of unison. I have a little bit of FM from B going on with the serum default saw tooth wave and 7 voices of unison, a little bit of detune. I am manipulating the volume, cutoff, and noise with LFO1, and I have this shape right here, and the reason I have it here is in the song the lead sounded like it was a little delayed, and usually when I go about making sounds that kind of whip the volume and the cutoff, I usually have this guy somewhere around here, but to get that delay effect I went ahead and shifted that forward just a little bit, just so it kind of sounded like it was dragging. As far as the effects goes on the sound, they're pretty simple. I have a little bit of diode distortion, some compression on the multiband setting, a little bit of reverb, and then some filter to kind of shape the sound further. And that is all I'm doing in the serum section. Next, I have some post-processing, a little bit of saturation from Saturn. I have the warm tape here and the warm tube here. I have a little bit of EQ shaping the sound, and then a little bit of compression going on, and that is it, minus a little bit of plate reverb sent from this guy down here, and that's the sound. I know it's not exactly like the original one, but I think it's pretty darn close. Next, let's jump over to the bass bus. I have 2 layers going on here. The sub layer is just one of our presets from our Exhale pack. If you haven't checked that out, we do have a whole serum bank of sounds down below, so please go check that out. This is the sub. I have a little bit of compression going on, a little bit of R bass, and then a little bit of EQ, just kind of shaping the sound, putting it in that little sub pocket. Next, I have the top bass. When I was listening to the original sound, I kind of heard this like gritty stab, and it could be 1 layer, I'm not exactly sure, but I achieved it with 2. I'm using again one of our serum presets from our Exhale pack, a little bit of distortion from Decapitator, some compression, cutting off the lows, and then cutting more lows, and then dipping out around the 300 frequency range, and this is what they sound like together. So pretty simple, guys, not a lot going on. I have my side chain and then more compression, just kind of glue those sounds together so they sound like one, and that wraps up the bass bus. Next, I want to talk about the drums, because the drums in Default's music I feel is another kind of way that he's able to set himself apart and sound super unique, at least in his trappy stuff. The kick patterns and the snare patterns, they're just phenomenal. I absolutely love how much movement there is in them and how unique they are. I'm just using one of our trap kicks from our Genesis pack, and this is what that sounds like. I have 3 layers of snares going on, or snare, pre-clap, and then a clap, and notice I do have them shifted off from one another just a little bit, and I do that so when I go into the compressing phase or the mastering phase, there's not a massive spike from all these transients being stacked on top of each other. This is what they sound like. Next, I have the cymbal bus, and I did deviate from the original a little bit here. I don't believe there is a shaker in there, but I just thought it sounded really cool, so I decided to add it. But besides that, I have an open hat, a shaker loop, some crashes, and then a little Foley cassette tape thingy. And this is all the drums together. Last but not least, let's dive into the effects, and there's only one. Devault does have his own sample pack on Splice, so definitely go check that out if you haven't. But this wouldn't be a Devault remake if I didn't use one of his samples, so it is just this little white noise kind of tremble ticking sound, and this is what it sounds like. Super low in the background, you could barely pick it up. It's just there. I thought it sounded good, so I incorporated it. So that wraps up the effects. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for this drop. I know it was a little more short and sweet, but there wasn't too much going on, and obviously I didn't have all the little vocal chops, and it's a remix, so it doesn't sound exactly like it, but hopefully this gave you guys a good idea of how Devault goes about making his music and structuring his songs, and a little bit of sound design tricks that you guys can take into your next project. Again, if you guys do like these sounds in this video, definitely go check out our packs. A lot of times when I'm building out these songs, you know, I try to primarily use samples from our pack and serum presets from our sound bank. So definitely go check those out. We also have a free gift for you guys. It is a free template. The one I'm using in this video and all the videos that I ever make, I use our templates. It is so helpful. We have a whole video on why you should use it and how it's going to help you. But in a nutshell, if you notice in the template I'm using, things are already kind of mixed and gain staged and things like that. And really, it's meant to help you start and stay in the creative flow. As producers, we don't want to spend a bunch of time twisting knobs and balancing things. We just want to create some music, and our template is there to help inspire that creativity and help you keep going and focus more on the creative side instead of the audio engineering side. So please give this video a like, share, and subscribe. Much appreciated. If you guys have any questions or want me to do any other exact songs or things like that, comment down below. You guys have a blessed day. Peace.